Okay, you guys, we are back with another video. In this video, we're going to talk about Chris Brown and his vocal coach pleading guilty as it relates to the beatdown that they gave to that nightclub manager back in February of 2023. As you guys can recall, May of last year, 2025, Chris Brown was arrested in London. He spent a week behind bars and he was later released on $100,000 bail. Now, what had happened was in February of 2023, Chris Brown and his vocal coach were involved in an incident at a London nightclub called Tape London. Now, according to the Crown Prosecution Service, Brown attacked a manager in the nightclub by striking him over the head twice with a glass. His vocal coach then joined in and the victim was also kicked while on the floor. Chris Brown and his vocal coach left the UK afterward and he was arrested when he returned in 2025. Now, they were back in court today. Both pleaded guilty to affray and are said to be sentenced later this year in October to be exact, right? So, there's some update on this. Man, I tell you, Chris Brown has them coming one after the other because, as you guys know, it was, 2 weeks ago, he was found liable for his, housemaid attack. He has a really vicious dog, one that weighs something like 200 pounds, if I'm remembering correctly, if not 225. And he said that he warned her and told her that the dog was very aggressive and the dog was vicious. The lady was there, doing her job. She decided to take out the garbage. She was attacked by the dog. The sister watched the attack and the woman's face was basically, disfigured. After the attack, so one of the bodyguard who was at the premises, had to get the dog off the woman. After the woman was attacked with that, brutal attack on her, Chris Brown said he was fearful of calling, the emergency service because he didn't want to draw any attention to his property, right? So someone else had to call in the emergency team. The lady suffered permanent damage, so she was awarded I think it was about 13 million, 9 million, somewhere there. And her sister who watched the attack got a few $100,000. The lady's husband got a few thousands of dollars because, when there's a partner who has to witness their spouse with such attack and you watch them go through surgery, and the lady has I think permanent blindness in one of the eye or something like that. So the husband was also awarded a pretty penny. So Chris Brown just wrapped up that case just a couple weeks ago. And now, man, I tell you, he has another case wherein he's not fighting this one because I guess his legal team, they have advised him that one thing about London, they don't play when it comes to legalities. They don't play, right? So, if you guys can recall, back in May, he initially pleaded not guilty. However, this time around, he has pleaded guilty along with his vocal coach. They appeared in court and they have been convicted right after pleading guilty. Now get this. It is said that, the nightclub manager is Abraham Dial, right? And it was a verbal dispute that they had. A verbal dispute escalated, and the two admitted that they used or threatened unlawful violence towards another, and their conduct taken together was such as would cause a person of a reasonable firmness to fear for their personal safety. So they're saying that they attacked this guy in such a threatening, unlawful, violent way that even if you knew how to hold your own, the manner in which both of them, so they're admitting that the manner in which both of them attacked this guy, it would leave any person with fear for their personal safety. So the prosecutors, they agreed to dismiss the case on the grounds that they're admitting to their violent attack and how they inflicted grievous bodily harm on this man. So, the prosecutors, they were like, okay, so we are going to dismiss this and the court is going to take over with the sentencing. So there's no need for the trial or anything because it seems as though his legal team has been having discussion with the prosecutors, and they may have come up with a plea bargain. Normally, when you see this, a plea bargain is involved, admitting to guilt and just not fighting the case so as to give him a shorter sentence. Now, there are cases wherein a sentence, because these are celebrities, honey, and there are two laws, one for the rich and famous. Even if it's England, and England is very strict, there are always two laws, one for the poor and one for the rich and famous. Poor people, they go to jail. Rich people don't go to jail. They have more money than God, so they don't go to jail. And now I know that that statement will offend a lot of people if you don't understand it. But I think as time passes, if you don't understand it today, as time passes, you're going to be like, that's what she meant. So you guys are going to get to what I mean. So yeah, there are definitely two laws, one for the rich and one for the poor. And it's why the rich and famous keep doing horrible things, because they know just pay a pretty penny, then they can come back with some pump and dump scheme to get it back out of their fans' pocket. And they do this, and it's like a repeated cycle for many of them. But that's all I have to share in this video with you guys. Peace.